This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
Jake Gyllenhaal also was going to audition
For a kid.
the role, but for the kid.
For the coach. Clothes are way too big for him.
Chris.
It's like a galloping horse.
Because, you know, Batman and horses.
Yeah, totally.
Totally blends together.
They
You know, horse
totally
guy.
match up.
Horse guy.
All right,
That's
anyway.
a villain, right? Batman. Will you die? Yay or nay?
And Justin.
I award you no points. I hate this show. I swear if we do this show again, I'm quitting.
The episode starts now.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Another Man's Nostalgia. We revisit everybody's favorite shows, movies, and games from the mid-90s to mid-2000s. Don't worry, we'll take the bullet.
Did you guys have a good week?
It was good. What did I do? Oh, we gotta continue the story of the lingerie. Can I tell it?
Yeah.
God.
Okay, so y'all remember in the Aladdin episode, if y'all want to go back and listen to it, I got a mysterious box of
ladies' lingerie
in my mailbox for somebody else that used to live here, and I was debating on what I was going to do. Well, I forgot, and it was in my closet, and I was cleaning out my closet this week, and I found the
Looking
box.
for something to wear.
Yeah, and then I found the box, and I forgot that I hadn't done anything with it, so I opened it up. It was weird, guys. John, will you put a picture up?
How did it feel? How did it feel when you wore it?
I sent you the picture.
I'll put a picture up. I need to see a
No,
picture.
I'm the one him wearing
I
it.
don't remember seeing it.
I don't ever seen what it looks like.
No.
Oh, dude, look it up. Here,
Just
folks.
show me after the
I
podcast.
will show you right now so you can get a laugh.
Oh my god. It's like completely see-through. That only covers your nipples.
This little flower.
That only covers your nipples. It
I
doesn't cover
remember.
anything else. Why? Whatever. Okay, that was weird.
Doesn't seem very comfortable, does it? All right, good.
Seems very cold. Okay, so we just did Animaniacs
Yes.
like 2 weeks ago, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and it was funny because I was at work a couple days ago, and this nurse comes into my room, and my co-teacher that also listens to the show, he's just like, "Hello, nurse."
Nice.
And I started cracking up laughing. That was one of the funniest
Fits
things
so
I've ever
well. Did romantic music play as she walked in? No.
No.
How about you, Justin? You have anything good happen this week?
Nope.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't know that was going to happen. All right. So, pretty much what we do this every week, we can kind of recap real quick. We watch a show or a movie that one of us really enjoyed. The other ones didn't really watch it as much. And then we kind of break it down, go through little parts of it that we found funny or stupid, and then we kind of talk about it. We discuss, we review, and then at the end we kind of review points on how well the person remembered the show and how well they liked it and how well the other people liked it and watched it. So this week we watched...
Hold on. Spoiler, Justin usually hates it.
Justin usually hates it. Justin usually gives the least amount of points.
Because y'all pick shitty shows.
We do not. You just have a shitty personality.
No. I have good taste. There's a difference.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Anyways, so...
I know that's going to be crap. I can't wait to force that down your throat.
It's coming up quick.
I can't wait.
All right.
38 episodes. Yeah.
Guys, also, we should
Ooh.
celebrate. This is our 30th episode.
Is it?
Yep.
Sweet.
Pretty cool, isn't it? Look at us. Look at us.
I'm
This
looking for
celebrates.
my paycheck.
So this week we watched my show. It was probably my favorite cartoon when I was little. It's between this and Rugrats, but I think this took the edge because I liked this longer. Rugrats, I kind of felt like when I got a little bit older, I was too cool to watch Rugrats, but this one stuck with me.
Too cool.
This one stuck with me.
Parentheses.
I was wrong. I mean,
Very wrong.
but
So did you feel like you resembled anyone in the show?
I think I was an Arnold. Yeah. Hey,
Yeah,
watch
the
Hey
head
Arnold.
definitely gives it
Your
away.
head is the same size.
Yeah.
Just
I
say.
didn't say to it. Yeah, watch Hey Arnold. That's what we watched.
Okay.
Roll a theme.
Arnold!
What y'all think of the theme?
The theme was weird.
It was really weird.
I don't understand what it is.
The music was good,
It's very,
but I don't understand what's going on.
it's very different.
Don't
tunes.
either.
Like they're walking down the street and they're all like clapping, and then
The most confusing part is at the very end when Helga's walking towards Arnold and he like puts his hands out like you can move around me.
yeah, well she says like move it, and then he like he's like you have this path now, like. But why were they like running towards each other with like all the guys on one side, all the girls on the other side? Yeah.
It
It was dumb,
was weird,
but also great.
but also great.
Move it, football head.
Yep.
Yeah, so the visual is just people just saying, "Hey Arnold."
Yep. All right. So for me, this show, like I said, is one of my favorites. I used to watch this all the time. I think we talk about like favorite
Oh,
characters.
so we're talking about
Our-
like what it meant to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about it a little later, but there's some characters in here that I really liked and I really just like love, and I still love. Every time they come on the screen, I just crack up. It might surprise you who it is. And but I used to love this all the time. I remember the movie coming out and going to see it in theaters. We can talk about that. We talk about some
It was
time.
a Hey Arnold movie.
We'll talk about it when we get to the timelines later. But I just really liked it. I think it was really cool. I think it was really cool. You felt like a kid in New York watching this. I felt like you were just a kid exploring the town of New York if you were from New York, and that's why I like this. What about you,
I
Justin?
mean, you didn't get the experience of a kid from New York.
No,
so-
but like you experienced stuff like it.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit.
I never watched it. Never saw it.
That's so crazy to me that you never saw this show.
Never cared for it.
Wow,
It was really big.
it was huge
I feel
for
like
like
it was
4
really
years.
big.
I
Like
just never
this
got
and
around to it.
probably Doug.
Doug, yeah, they're kind of on the same level. And
I saw
liked
Doug.
I like Doug a lot too. We can get there eventually, but I like Doug a lot too.
I watched this occasionally.
Mm-hmm.
It was like kind of even Stevens for me, where it was just kind of on in the background.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really remember a lot about this show.
Okay.
I don't remember specific episodes.
Yeah,
I really don't remember specific lines. I remember the characters, but that's about it.
yeah.
And that's really all I have to say about this.
Okay, all right.
So basically,
I mean-
Chris really liked the show, and the rest of us were like, eh.
Yeah, I guess so.
I remember liking certain episodes, but I don't remember what the episode. It wasn't rememberable,
Yeah,
but I do remember liking the
This
show.
is gonna be
Just
another
wasn't
Air
remembered.
Bud.
it probably is.
But
But I feel like this is more
I remember
like,
what happened in Airbud. Did I give you points for Airbud?
I think you did.
It was a really good soundtrack. I'll say this before we start going
Okay.
over all that. I can see why people liked it.
Yeah, yeah.
I definitely
It was-
see it.
It was very cool. It had a very, very cool vibe to it.
Yeah.
Because going into this, I always thought Arnold was kind of a nerdy character.
Mhm.
He was like kind of a goody two shoes.
Yeah.
And as we went through the episodes, I kind of realized that was a huge misinterpretation of his character.
Sure.
Just by looking at him and kind of knowing what the show is about.
Okay. So, Justin, you want to do a fun facts theme? Because I have some fun facts.
I got a fun facts thing.
Okay.
Dun, 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 dun. Hey, fun facts. There you go.
I liked it. That was good.
Oh man.
I tried to put some
Okay.
jazz in there.
So let's clear out the biggest misconception about this show.
Does he have a kilt?
It is not a kilt.
What the hell is
It
it?
is a long plaid shirt, and he has a sweater over it.
Okay.
That's why he has the plaid collar coming out from over his shirt.
Okay.
It looks dumb, and he's wearing jeans, like tight jeans.
I can see that.
Yeah.
So when did the show come out?
This show came out in 1994. It was created by Craig Bartlett.
A Scottish man.
Yeah, Barlet, or maybe French. It's two T's at the end. So, a couple things about it. So, it began as a series of claymation shorts that was played with Sesame Street.
That was played like on Sesame Street, like on the
Yep.
show.
Yeah, they had like little shorts with claymation Arnold.
Oh, that's
I wasn't able to find them, but apparently
You
they
weren't
exist.
able to find them online.
No, but apparently they
It's
exist.
because they don't exist.
I believe them. Yeah, I'm gonna throw out a lot of these fun facts, and then we can kind of go over some at the end too, because they're not like there's not anything really about the plot. You know what I mean? This was the first animated series on Nickelodeon to use children as voice actors.
Huh.
So that's pretty cool.
did-
I'm sorry,
What did they use for Rugrats? Did adults voice
adults.
the
It was,
Rugrats?
like, it was like ladies did it.
Huh. Okay.
Remember Madonna was going to be Dill. The show only has 5 seasons, right? But the last season took place over like 15 years. They just like trickled him. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, 15. No, 7 years. Still a long time. They did
That
about.
is crazy.
Yeah, it went from like 96 to like 04 or something like that to finish.
How many episodes was in that last season?
They have 100 total. I think the
In
last
all
one.
the seasons, it's
Yeah.
100 total?
Yeah. So they like,
What
ended on
the
100.
heck?
Yeah.
Did it just not get a lot? Like, why did they decide to do that? Did it just not get
They
a
had
lot
like
of views?
4 really strong seasons, and then the 5th season, I think they were like trying to bring out other shows, so they kind of used it as like filler episode. You know what I mean, or like in between
Gotcha.
stuff.
From what I understand about Nickelodeon is they didn't want to they didn't want to do one thing over and over and over.
Right.
And the only time that they did was SpongeBob.
Yeah.
That was the first time they've really moved something. Everything else, even their most successful stuff, they kind of just cut off at a certain point.
Okay.
And because of that, because because the show went on for 20 years, basically, they had 4 different people voice Arnold because he kept growing.
Because it
They
was a
kept
child
having
actor.
kids. Yeah.
Okay.
Before the series began on Nick, an episode was shown in front of the Nick's first movie, Harriet the Spy. You guys remember that movie?
No.
Okay. It was a Nickelodeon movie. It was the first Nickelodeon movie to be in theaters. And before it came out, there's a short of Hey Arnold. And that's how Hey Arnold started, was that.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
What was the short about?
There's a pilot episode that we didn't watch that's just called Arnold. And that's what it was.
Okay, cool.
It was literally just Arnold standing in the street saying, "My name is Arnold. I have a show.
And Helga with their shrine, which we'll talk
Go
about.
and watch it."
See this Helga girl? She's obsessed with me.
I don't know it.
And then one more thing before we get into plots and stuff, just because there's other things, but I think the other things we can talk about while it goes. These shows, the girls in this show, was all based on girls that the creator knew when he grew up.
That's cool.
Great Craig Bartlett, or Bartlett, whichever way you look at it. Okay.
I think it's Bartlett.
So next we usually talk about the plot, but I feel like every episode has its own plot, so I feel like we should just talk about episode by episode and kind of just run through. And all right, the first episode we watched was episode 1 of the DVDs, which is Downtown is Fruits and Eugene's Bike.
Now this was one of my favorite ones.
Downtown is Fruits or Eugene's Bike?
Both.
Okay.
Both were pretty good.
Yeah.
I was a little disappointed after episode 1 because I really liked these 2 episodes,
Okay.
especially the Eugene one.
Eugene
So
was
the
Fruits.
first episode was the fruits.
Yeah.
So there was a play that they were putting on or they were fruits.
Helga
like-
was directing it.
Yeah,
and
Helga is one of the characters in the show. You find out she's obsessed and in love with Arnold,
We can get
but
that.
she bullies him.
Which is very typical of a kid that age.
True. And
I
I also
mean,
love
yes, I understand.
I also love how animation wise she's like a foot taller than him, because at that age, like when you're like in 4th grade, all the
Yeah.
girls are like like a lot taller than you. Yeah, it's creepy. There's some creepy stuff we can get into in later episodes.
Pretty creepy stuff.
There's an episode where I'm just like, she's fucking insane. All right, anyway. So this episode, Helga is a student in their class, and she's putting on this play with all the food groups.
Yep.
And Arnold and his best friend are fruits.
Yep.
So they decide not to go to the
Yep.
to the play, and they take a bus downtown.
And they're still wearing their fruit
And they're
costumes.
still wearing their fruit costumes, and they get this drug money.
Look for banana and the apple and the strawberry.
Yeah,
Like, what kind of plan is that?
they find this drug money. Which, what else could it be?
Yeah. Oh, it's absolutely.
It's
Those
just
guys are so shady. I come up to like, hey, you and they like give them the fruit.
Fruit.
So they find this drug money, and it's like thousands and thousands of
Yeah.
dollars, and they just go on like this spending spree.
Yeah, they
and-
buy ridiculous clothes, 70s clothes. It looks like.
Yeah.
What terrible people these people Arnold is. There's a lot of episodes where he's just not a good person. This is the first one because he skips the play, steals money, doesn't pay for the fortune teller. Remember they go see a fortune teller,
Yeah.
and he doesn't pay for it. And then he does give the money away to the homeless family at the end. Remember he like,
I mean, I feel like that's stuff that's like a typical kid. It doesn't really make you a bad person.
yeah.
It just sometimes
He's
it's
not-
mistakes that a kid would make.
He's not your typical cartoon
Yeah.
main character kid.
Um,
Goody two shoe.
While this is going on, the play is going terribly, and the adults, are throwing things at the kids in the play, which is a little harsh.
What if your kid was there? Like, what if your kid was in it and they were throwing fruit?
Tomatoes.
I was aiming for my kid. He's a kid.
Stupid little shit. Sucks.
It's pretty good.
We practice this for 30 minutes every night.
I think it's crazy that in the first episode they already established the Helga and Arnold like love thing. To me, that's weird. I mean, it's cool.
She's carrying around a picture of him.
Yeah, she has a locket.
It's a heart around it.
It's a
right?
heart around it. Yep.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
And then my favorite character shows up, and this is one of my favorite gags about this show, is she will be talking about like she goes into like a poetic like thing about how much she loves Arnold, and all of a sudden you hear the breathing.
Helga.
Helga. And all of a sudden you hear the heavy breathing. And then it's this guy who's like, his name's Brainy. And sometimes he says stuff, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes he goes, "Hi, Helga." Or sometimes he just sits there and he punches him in the glasses. I love it. Every time it happens, it cracks me up. I don't know what it is.
Oh, my poor last sweetheart. How I love you.
He's a very
It does sound weird.
Yeah.
But yeah,
It's like he doesn't even have hair.
Yeah.
His name's Brainy.
Brainy.
Oh God.
The people that were supposed to pick up the drug money then come back in, and they find him because Arnold is still wearing his banana shoes.
Yeah. So
Which is
yeah,
pretty
the guy that hands off the money, he just describes that, hey, I gave it to this banana and strawberry.
And they're wearing banana and strawberry
Yeah.
suits. So good.
Yeah.
What I like about this, they also established this in the very first episode. They show the crazy side of New York. Because if you notice, there's one time where they show the boarding house, and you see a guy run by, and he goes, "I'm Monkey Man," and he just keeps on running. Did y'all notice that?
No.
They established it so early that this is like people are nuts in New York. I think it's hilarious.
Well, I didn't need to know that. I knew that already.
Okay. All right, next episode.
Sorry if
No
you're
one from New York listens.
You're all crazy.
Which they do. Okay, so
Eugene's bike. That poor Eugene.
Okay, well let's distinguish like what happened at the very end. He did end up showing up at the very end to the play, and
they do a little dance.
they do a little dance, and they kind of save
Make a
the
little
play,
love.
and then Helga just completely falls in love with him because she's like, "I love him. I hate him. I love him. I can't believe he ruined my play."
Psycho.
Psycho.
Okay. So yeah,
She reminds me of the mom from Little Giants that we watched a week ago.
she is. She has a shrine somewhere in her house of her fake family.
of Danny.
Oh man. Okay. So anyway, it ended fine. Everybody was happy, and then we get into Eugene and the bike, which is a great episode.
I love
That
this
was a
episode.
really good episode.
So Eugene, if you guys don't know, this becomes a recurring joke also. Eugene is a guy who has everything go badly for him, no matter how hard he tries.
But he's got a great attitude.
He has a great attitude, but he always gets hurt. In every episode, they have like a scene of him getting hurt. And what I like about this is that each character in this show has a episode that like talks about them, which I think is really cool, where they flush out their character.
I feel like every show kind of has to do that, though.
Yeah.
To just kind of make each character like.
But they don't. That's the issue.
And I feel like this show, there's so many characters, and each one will when you
really
get
is.
later on, you get like some like Harold, the bully, the fatter bully.
Yeah.
You have Phoebe, the friend of Helga. Like you have all these characters that like they do eventually have theirs, which is really cool. Anyways, this is Eugene's, and he gets a brand new bike. He got this bike as a gift on Flag Day.
Yeah.
I don't know why that's significant. Sheldon.
Yeah. And he's showing off his bike.
That was a good Big Bang Theory joke. Right
Yeah,
there.
it is. That's a good one. He's showing off his bike, and he says, "Now for the final touch." And he pulls out a baseball card with
Yeah.
the clothespin, so it makes it sound like a motorcycle.
I love doing that.
That was so cool when you were little.
Did you guys do that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't do it?
Nope.
Really?
I thought it
Wow.
was
So
stupid.
somebody didn't have a
It sounded like a
childhood.
motorcycle. It's so cool.
Nah.
Wow.
I have a bike out there. We'll try it out after this.
I want you to vote,
You're
everybody.
gonna love it.
Yeah.
Joy of a
It sounds just
childhood.
like a motorcycle.
Oh, man. Arnold destroys the bike, and then the rest of the episode...
On
is-
accident.
on accident. And the rest of the episode is just him trying to make it up to Eugene. And it's pretty funny. Because like everything he tries to do, Eugene just gets hurt more and more, and I think it's hilarious.
Isn't it like you get caught in an escalator or something?
He gets caught in an escalator, he has a foul ball hit him in the head. There's a lot of stuff that happens to him.
It's good stuff.
Arnold tries to put the bike back together for him, and then like it just falls apart and he's going down a hill.
Yeah.
Which is ridiculous. But I thought it was funny.
I think this was, for me, the best 2 episodes
You think so?
For me, there were some better ones that you showed us, good ones, but
As a collection, as a full episode.
As an introduction, it definitely kind of put my expectations really high.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it went kind of a little bit down.
So the way Hey Arnold works was there was two episodes, there was two kind of little 15-minute episodes in each episode.
Which is kind of how every Nickelodeon
I know this kind of
show-
sounds confusing.
No, but that's how like every Nickelodeon show is.
That's very common for kids' cartoons.
Rugrats
Yeah.
was the same way. Doug was the same way. There wasn't very many 20-minute long cartoon episodes.
SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah.
With SpongeBob, did they do that?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
No, Sir Patrick. Still, I contend that's one of the funniest scenes
It's pretty great.
ever.
Next one's about Arnold's hat, and this is where you first get the really creepy Helga.
This is about Arnold's hat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why don't you explain the plot of this one, John?
So, Helga is that a bubble gum?
Most of it's out of bubblegum, yes.
Yes. Helga, the girl that's obsessed with Arnold, has a bubblegum shrine in her closet of
A
Arnold.
life-size
It's a life
model of Arnold with
Yeah,
out bubblegum.
So gross.
So it's so disgusting and weird. Okay, so anyway,
Psycho, right?
So what is missing from this shrine is Arnold's hat.
Yes.
So the whole episode, she's trying to not the whole episode. I was half the episode.
First part.
She's trying to steal the hat from.
Well, the
her.
first part is she cuts a piece of his hair to put in her little diary thing, and then she steals the hat.
I'm sorry, I forgot how some
She
like
stole-
more creepy
She
stuff.
stole
that
her
she did.
his hair a lot.
She did steal his hair a lot.
Like I feel like almost every Helga-centric episode, she was cutting his hair.
yeah.
So
Like, how much hair do you need?
all right. So anyway, apparently she kind of like the wind blows the hat into her
yeah,
arms.
right.
And
It's a very small hat.
yeah.
Yeah.
For such a
It's
big
a
ass
it's a ball
head.
cap hat, but
They explain why he wears it in a very emotional scene with his parents. You remember that part?
Not really.
no.
Okay. In this episode, he's really upset about it, and they show his parents
Oh,
giving
yes,
him the
yes,
hat
yes.
when he was little and it was
Yes.
too big for him.
Yeah.
That's why he still wears the small hat.
Yeah. No, I remember that.
And Helga wants it for her chewing gum
So
statue.
they were
Yeah.
treating him as-
So she gets
What's she
it,
gonna
and then
do
she
with
puts
the
it on
statue?
her. She tries to
They
put it
show
on
it
her
later.
shrine. Doesn't the shrine get like thrown away or something?
Yeah.
So she's going to put the hat on the shrine.
Yeah.
Or she does.
She does.
And
she
then
comes back later.
And then she comes back later to look at the shrine. Because, I don't know, what is she going to do, stare at it for hours? So, apparently her mom threw away the shrine.
So they always, just so y'all know too, they always hint at the mom being alcoholic. Most of the time
Helga's
they show
mom?
her, she's like really tired sounding, and she's always by a blender making a mixed drink. She's blending something together every time they show her. And her dad, they get into later with the camping episode.
She must have been drunk when she found that, because if I had a kid and who was making a shrine to another kid,
Yeah.
I would put that
What
kid
is
through
this
therapy.
shit?
I would put them into therapy ASAP.
Absolutely. You'd have to.
Because if
Well, I
they're
guess
making
she wasn't a good mom because she found it.
it, she was drunk.
Helga was still running around. Not in therapy. All right. So Helga eventually finds a hat,
Yep.
gives it back to Arnold because she wants to be really nice.
Yep.
And
Arnold
what I
loves it.
thought was really weird, why does Arnold have like a part in his head where his hat goes that's bald?
I think it's supposed to be exaggerated split hair, like it was popular in the 90s, like right down the middle.
Oh.
Long, but
It's like you see his hair other times, and it's kind of wild, I think.
yeah, like when I don't know, it's weird. When he takes off the hat, there's definitely a bald spot there. But I think sometimes they
And
show
he's
it.
in 4th grade.
Look, the
Makes
kid has a
total
football-shaped head.
Yes, yes.
There's nothing normal about him.
If your head is that shape, you're gonna have weird. I also like how they call out that he has a football-shaped head. It's nowadays made him that way, and then they're like, hey, like they act like they don't really talk about it. They actually call him football-shaped head. They like say your weird-shaped head and stuff. They say that like a couple times in this. It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
And the ball is caught by a little boy with a football-shaped head.
Hey, that's Arnold. Arnold caught the ball.
And look at that weird little kid run.
I can't believe how handsome you're getting. The way your body's growing to match the unusual shape of your head.
I want to know how that's possible.
I want to
Full
know
on, right?
why they decided to animate him that way.
I don't know. Probably so he stood out.
Was it just like an ongoing joke that his head looked like a football?
Maybe Craig Bartlett's head looks like that. I know.
I really want to see an actual human which had a head that looked like that.
We also missed the episode where he frees that sea turtle. You remember?
Yeah, that was a weird.
It was
episode.
it was a good mom or grandma episode. 'Cause
It
she's
was a
like-
good grandma episode, but he did break the law
He did. He freed
by
the turtle.
releasing this. I know it was like a good thing to do,
Yeah.
but
So the grandma on this show is like nuts. She's like actually crazy. Like, every
I know,
time she's
she's
like
so funny,
she's
yeah.
doing something else, but she's hilarious.
Like
And
that.
I like how at the end of this she says something like, "Thank you, Agent," whatever. And he goes like, "I love you, Grandma," or something. And she goes, "You too, Arnold." Like it's all kind of a joke, an act, I think, for her. Like she's like kind of crazy. She just embraces it. You know what I mean?
There's one scene where she's in that we watched it together. That
The snow episode.
God,
we'll get to that when we get to that episode. But that was so funny.
that was
Uh-huh.
probably the funniest thing.
Okay.
It didn't seem like there was a lot of girl drama in the episode. Like I know the episode's a lot about Arnold and like kind of his friendships.
Yeah.
But I feel like Helga is a main character. It's about Arnold and Helga.
Out of everybody other than Arnold, she has the most characters about her.
Yeah.
And they actually really do a good job later diving into her character a lot and getting like into like her terrible home life. Like she has like a perfect sister who like does everything right, and like she feels like her parents don't really care about her because her sister's so perfect.
And mom's drunk.
Mom's drunk all the time. Dad works at a beeper company. That's all he does all the time. He just works all the time. So her life isn't great, and they really get into that later, and they really flesh her out, and it's really good the way they do it. But
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
so then we get into my two favorite episodes. I love these two episodes. The first one is a 6th grade girls episode.
So he talked this up a lot.
I thought it was so good.
He
Now-
did talk it up a lot.
Now, before you start it, I'm gonna say it's a good episode,
Thank you.
but you talked it up a little too much. I think.
I didn't really talk up this episode. I talked up the ball episode, which is the next episode, which I thought was the best episode of the season.
You didn't talk it up as much as the 6th grade girls one, though.
Really? I like the ball episode more than this.
I think the way he talked. Would you agree the way he talked up 6th grade? Because this is so hilarious.
Well, what
I'm
was
cracking up.
Okay, so what the plot is that right now Harold's in 4th grade, and
they meet these 6th graders.
and he finds these hot 6th graders that him and Gerald like.
Who look like they're 20, which
Exactly.
makes perfect sense from the eyes of a 4th grader.
Exactly, which is why I like this episode because they look
they
like
act
they're
22.
Hey, Maria! Come over here!
Hey, Bato, why don't you come over here?
Come over here!
Come over here.
Oh, forget you!
Forget you.
and I found that part so funny. So they try to convince them that they are 6th graders, and then the two 6th grade girls are trying to make their boyfriends jealous, so they invite them to a dance, and they come to the dad's house, and the dad is like a normal like gruffy dad who's like worried about his 6th grade daughter going on a dance, and it's really funny.
Talk about what he's wearing, what they're wearing, what Gerald comes in with.
Oh, so
This is the best part for me.
when they're trying to figure out like how they're gonna like woo these girls.
Arnold and Gerald, yeah.
Yeah, Arnold and Gerald. Gerald says he's going to go up to his attic and find his dad's old dating trunk. He brings down a trunk, and it's all this stuff from the 70s.
There's like a book.
It's a book. It's like something about like your groovy mama or something like that.
That's all they say.
Which is a little...
And Arnold's kind of got like this almost monotone voice, in my opinion, in a way.
Yeah.
And so when he's saying it, he's like, "Hey, groovy mama." And it's just so like,
Yeah.
try hard. It's
He has his hair
hilarious.
slicked back. He has on like tinted glasses that are like blue, and he's wearing elevator shoes.
And they're kind of, his glasses are kind of down a little bit on his nose.
And Arnold and Gerald made his hair into a afro, and he's wearing like a button-up like 70s collared shirt.
It's good stuff.
It's really good. This whole episode's good. Anyways, and then they go to the dance, and they find out that the 6th grader is just using them to get their boyfriends jealous. And that's
What
it.
did-
By
what
the way,
My favorite part of that episode is the guys are getting jealous and they go to the punch bowl. They go, hit me with another one.
Have you had enough?
It's just punch, and then the guy's like, hit me with another one.
And the guy goes, I think you've had enough, sir. He's like, I'll tell you when I had enough.
It was really good.
It's so good. And then the next episode was my favorite of the season.
We watched this one fully together too.
Yeah, this was, well, it's part of the same group.
Yeah.
And this was the ball episode. And the plot of this was that Arnold has a favorite baseball player that he's liked, and he's retiring because he's not good anymore. So Arnold has to wants to go to his last game, so he tries to find money. And this whole part was really good with his grandpa when he realizes he doesn't have enough money to buy tickets, and his grandpa sneaks money in to help him pay for it. I thought that was really nice.
Gives him a 50
But
instead.
then he realizes that he gives him a 50.
And he really does switch it out. He's like, I wish Grandpa kept that 50.
The next scene is where Arnold goes, we had enough money before, my grandpa took his $50 back.
To get a ticket.
Yeah, so they get tickets. So they sneak forward, and then the guy comes in for his last bat ever on his career, and he hits a home run, and Arnold catches it. And he's really excited. People want to buy it from him because it's so great. And he sees a TV interview with him where he says that where the baseball player says he wished he could have his last home run.
Yeah.
And so Arnold goes to the place to give it to him, and they play catch together. And that's how the episode ends. And it's just such a good episode.
Why did you like it so much?
I thought there was a lot of I thought this was the first episode where this was an emotional, it packs a punch. I like the part where Grandpa tries to sneak him money, and then at the end we were kind of writing stuff down, talking before this, but we watched this one together. But there's a scene where he goes, where they pull up, and his grandpa drives him to the baseball stadium, and his uncle goes, or his grandpa goes, just take it in there and drop it off, and then I'll be waiting for you out here. And then he goes in and he starts playing catch with the baseball player, and then they zoom out and they show the grandpa had left because he knew he wasn't going to come out. And I thought that was just so cool. There's just a lot of emotional things in this.
His grandpa's really cool.
That's going to be a fun fact.
Tell me, I guess this is probably a good time. Why is he living with his grandparents?
Okay, so this is the most ridiculous fun fact I have. Okay,
Because I think he's the only one that really doesn't have parents
right
in the show.
Okay, so first things first. Do y'all know what they called? What they called?
Spurs was a basketball team in San Antonio.
What?
San Antonio Spurs. Okay, first things
thanks,
first.
Alexa.
First things first. That sounds like San Antonio.
Okay, so
San Antonio Spurs. First things first. San Antonio Spurs.
It's
Okay.
pretty close. Do you know what his grandpa calls him? His nickname for him? You remember it?
Football head.
No. Nope. It was Short Man. Okay?
Short man. Okay.
So that is actually Arnold's last name. Is Short Man.
Arnold Short man.
Arnold Short Man is his name.
That is the stupidest
I
thing
didn't know
I've
that
ever
until I
heard.
looked it up. I was like, well, that's dumb.
When did they ever say that in the show?
I don't know if they have to say it at some point, but I don't remember when they do it.
Huh.
So here's a story about the parents. Now I, growing up, was sure that they died. And the way they died was in a car accident or a plane crash.
That's what the show kind of made it seem like.
Right. And that's what I remember, and that's what I remember. And I saw on the fun facts that they never actually said that it was a car crash or a plane. They never said. For the whole time this show was on, they never said how he died. So this show went on from 1994 to 2004.
Yeah.
And then it took a break. And last year, they came out with a movie. And so it's been on for like 13 years. It was called Hey Arnold, the Jungle Movie. Okay?
Okay.
I don't know if I'm interested.
I'm trying to follow.
Okay. In the movie,
So in 2005, that's what you're saying? It ended in 2004, so a year later.
no, I'm saying 2017.
Literally last year.
Last year.
What?
Yeah. Last year, they made a Hey Arnold movie that aired on Nickelodeon. It was called The Jungle Movie.
Okay.
And what happened in it, I didn't watch it, but I did this research beforehand. So the movie is about, they have a competition at school, and the winner gets to go to this town, or this city, like in a different country, in a jungle.
Okay.
And Arnold really wants to win it because that's where his parents went missing. And so he wins the competition. He goes to this town. He finds out that in this town there is something called a sleeping spell that puts people like zombies. And he finds his parents there and lifts the curse on them, and they come back home and live with him. That is a true story.
You have just ruined this show for me. I am not going to give you any points based off the way this ended. That is the worst ending I've ever heard.
It is
It's
the
so
worst.
bad. It's terrible.
Why in the world did they think that was a good idea?
It's for new kids. I don't think it's a good idea. I think it's dumb. It has nothing. It has nothing to do with the rest of this show. This show is about.
His face.
This show is about. I completely agree with you. This is the dumbest thing I've ever read.
Why in the world would you do that? There was no magic in this show. A sleeping curse?
Yeah.
They ruined a perfectly good show.
Apparently he thought it was a great show. He was going to give you points.
What the hell? Was it the original creator?
I don't think so, dude. I doubt it.
If it was, fuck him.
Yep. So there you go.
That's what happened to the parents, huh? Is that why you gave me some
I
look?
don't want to continue this, knowing how it ends.
What if like, I just said like, oh, here's what happened to the parents. It's like said it just kept going. But also,
So
what happens in the episode.
you just said, okay, so the parents were on a curse and
Yeah.
Arnold lifted them, and
What if they got like stuck somewhere? Okay, they got stuck in the jungle.
Yeah.
Fine.
And then he
Sleeping curse? Really?
So here's
I would have liked it better if it was like a Georgia the Jungle type of like.
That would have been a lot easier to
find-
make it real.
He
Okay, wait.
finds them. They're like living in a
He's with a
tree
talking
house.
gorilla.
So-
I'll
so-
believe that more than a sleeping curse.
So it gets better. It gets better. So,
Better?
God.
so there's also no when the show ended and the movie aired, the first movie, not Jungle Movie. There is no resolution to Arnold and Helga. You never really know what happens to him. To open the chest that releases the
Do I want to hear
chest?
this? Do I want to hear this?
The chest.
to open the treasure chest that
Uh-oh.
releases the curse cure. They had
The
to,
curse cure.
They had to kiss, didn't they?
No, they have to use like this heart-shaped gem, but it gets lost. So she uses her locket of Arnold's, and to open the curse to release the cure, or to open a chest to release the cure.
Yeah.
When she does that, Arnold realizes that he loves her, and they start dating.
Huh.
Yep. So
That was a good.
That's how the
that's
story of Hey
just
Arnold.
it's walking out. So with all this in mind, do you like Dragon Ball Z? Okay, Justin,
no.
I have a question for you. Knowing all this, do you like Dragon Ball Z or Hey Arnold more?
We did not watch this movie. We watched the first season of Hey Arnold. Do not let this sway you. What happened 24 years later. No, 14 years later.
He's just gonna be quiet. Okay, let's go on to the next episode.
The AV Club rated an A, complimenting the film for preserving the original series' warm tone and careful pacing.
Yep. Agreed.
This is the worst.
Okay.
Why did people like this movie? It won an award!
Maybe we're just getting like the bad.
I mean,
Like, I
the
don't
plot's
know.
pretty rough.
I hate
Okay. All right.
Justin, I hate people.
I'm done with the show.
All I really want to talk about more than that, because I knew y'all were going to get stuck on that one, is the heat and snow episode.
The heat. Okay, that was a really good episode. So what happened?
Justin
There
was
was-
so mad.
There was an episode that was about like a huge
Heat wave.
heat
Yep.
wave, and then the
huge
next
heat.
episode was about like a huge cold.
Yeah,
Like-
I thought it was kind of cool to put it together personally.
Yeah.
Clever.
Yep.
I like the cold episode better.
Yep. I like the heat episode personally. No, well, the cold episode
Oh.
does have that one scene we can talk about, but
Yeah.
but I like the heat episode because I thought I don't know, I thought it was kind of interesting. I thought there's some funny parts in that too.
Tell the plot of the. Of
Being
the
from
episode.
Texas, they're kind of wimps.
The heat episode is about it's been like a hot spell for like 4 or 5 weeks,
Oh my.
and
It's not a full summer.
yeah, but their AC is broken, which would be miserable.
Yeah.
And so it's just pretty much them walking around the city trying to get warm. I guess you're right. The snow episode is better. 'Cause I just remember like the side plot of the snow episode, and it's good. So I thought this was pretty funny. Like at one point, they bust open a fire hydrant to get water to come out. Illegal, but they do it. And like they're like, yeah. And as soon as they try to jump in the water, it like shrinks up because they're like they're setting a fire, like they're like putting out a fire like across the street.
Yeah.
And then the big climactic scene is with the ice cream truck. When the ice cream man decides to spend wants to charge like $10 for an ice cream
per
truck.
ice cream.
And they get so mad they ride.
The kids
try
get
to turn
so
over the truck.
the kids get so mad at the ice cream man. They get on the truck and they start to rock it.
I had issues with that.
Okay.
Like, if you're the ice cream man, wouldn't you make more money at the lower price anyways?
Yes.
Well, that dude was dumb.
He wanted to be an asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole.
Well, you're gonna be a poor asshole now.
So what Justin's saying is he deserved to get his car flipped.
Justin's walking out again.
I'm not walking out on this one.
No, but and then they come to their senses. Well, it's funny because then they're like in the middle trying to flip over the truck, and Arnold's like, guys, this is ridiculous. Don't try to do that. And they're like, let's do it anyways. They keep trying to do it, and then finally it rains, and then everybody feels better. And
Ice cream man didn't make any money.
I guess
And the cold episode was a day later, right?
Yeah, that's what they say. The next day, no, they said. So then there's
The
a snow
next
episode.
day.
This is in the wintertime.
Yep.
And it just snowed.
It snowed. It's
The best scene in the whole show.
the first snow day of the year. The overall plot is that Arnold has to work with his grandpa while everybody else is playing outside. That's the plot. It's basically, and then at the end, his grandpa's like, you need to have more fun. Like, I didn't get to have when I was little. And then he makes an ice skating rink out of the road.
Talk about the grandma and the...
But this is a great scene.
Well, I think Arnold's learning like a really good lesson, and he starts to learn a really good lesson here from his grandfather.
Yeah.
Because his grandfather says, what was the quote? Do you know?
No, I didn't put it in, though.
Life isn't all fun, you know. It's not some turkey shoot. You gotta work once in a while. That's the trouble with our society. No work ethic.
Arnold like kind of starts to, he doesn't like it at first, but then he starts to take it at heart.
Yeah.
That, hey, like I should probably be working.
Yeah.
Because his grandfather owns the building they live on. He's the landlord. So he's trying to like snow away or shovel away all the snow from the sidewalk, and he's trying to fix
the snow.
Yeah, my bad. He's trying to fix like certain people's things that are breaking in the apartments and do some stuff in the I don't know. What else does he do?
He's doing a lot of jobs, John.
He's doing a lot of jobs. Yeah.
Moving logs from one pile to another pile.
Don't strain yourself, buddy.
But yeah, and then the best scene is we all agree. So the first scene you see is everybody starting to play out in the snow, and you see the grandma using all of their pets, like cats, dogs, and pigs, down their street as like sled dogs, right?
Yeah.
So then
And they're all cats, aren't they?
I think there's a pig because he has a pig.
Okay.
Also, Arnold's pig saves the day in that movie. That jungle movie. See, Arnold's
Stop
pig,
talking about that
Arnold's pig was
movie.
supposed to go on the jungle trip with him, and he escapes to go warn the grandpa and grandma that something might be wrong. So it's really good, real
cool.
good stuff. Anyways, okay, so
I don't want to hear about that movie anymore.
so anyways, so you see her sledding with all of her pets, right? And then later, the kids are throwing snowballs at vehicles as they pass, and they throw snowballs at a bus. And the guy, it blocks his windshield, and he goes, "We're all gonna die!" And you turn around, and it's Grandma with all the cats just staring at him, and they're all just sitting in the seats.
It's so freaking funny. Like, I know it doesn't sound funny,
We'll put it in the
but
YouTube
it's
clip.
so funny.
We'll put the YouTube clip
Because he gets hit with the snowball on the windshield, and he's trying to get it out of the way, and he can't.
Yeah.
Like, he can't use the window wipers, and he just turns around, he's like, "Oh, we're all gonna die!"
It's just something you definitely have to see it. That's a great
man,
episode.
It's so funny.
Y'all want to go ahead and wrap up? What do y'all
Yeah.
think?
Yeah, John?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like, I know some of the stuff on the show is kind of stupid. Some of the stuff is just kind of just really off the chain, like weird.
Yeah.
But it does have a good message in some of the episodes. I didn't like every episode, but I did like most of them. So I'm gonna give you half a point.
Okay. Okay, I'll take it. I figured that's what was coming.
Okay.
Optimistically. All right. What about you?
Okay, Justin. Before you do this, you can't take into consideration
No.
the movie.
You can't.
Oh.
We did not watch that movie.
It's so hard.
It exists, but we didn't watch it.
Okay, so we took like a 5-minute little like interlude to watch a couple of scenes here, like about 10 minutes ago, and I looked up the movie again, and I realized
It's not about the movie.
number one, it's written by the same guy,
Yes.
and they worship Arnold at one point. I'm not putting on an act when I was legitimately angry about
No, you're
the
pretty
plot of
mad.
that.
We were
It
sitting there
looked
watching.
like you were pretty upset.
When you were sitting
Because I actually like the show.
Uh-huh.
The ones we watched, just like kind of John said. The ones I remember are the ones I liked. And that's about 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
I think it's a pretty
Yeah,
good
it's the
number.
majority of them.
It is.
I think it's a pretty good number.
Yeah.
I didn't really find anything super to not like about it.
Yeah.
Besides just not liking an odd episode here and there.
Right.
I'm gonna give you a point.
Yes, thank you. I
you
appreciate.
go.
I was not expecting that.
I like I said, the humor is spot on. I'd never seen the show before, so I had no like anything about it. But if we're going now, let's go off knowing the movie. I'd give you -5.
We're not doing the movie.
All right, I'm done with this.
Well, thank you for the point. Look, here's the thing, man. I think this show was the first show that I really thought had like a really deep meaning to it. You feel for Arthur. I feel like these characters are so relatable.
Arthur.
Oh, sorry, Arnold. These characters are so relatable to me. Like I feel like you can kind of get something out of everybody. And it's the little things. It's the baseball card and the bicycle spokes. It's the perfect weekend where all the stuff they do. It's like the stuff I wanted to do when I was little. I feel like this show had it was thought out. It was, and like I said, I remember shows later. Every character in the show has a full out flush episode where you like that person. So I really like it. I would like to watch more of it, honestly.
I wouldn't mind.
And in the Jungle movie, obviously.
Okay.
All right,
So
Maybe
you're-
we can
you're
do a
keeping
bonus episode on
You're
that.
keeping it open?
I'm definitely keeping it open.
Okay.
So thank you guys for watching it. I'm glad that we watched it. I think the pacing was a little bit worse than I remember it being. I don't think the animation was a little clunky. But other than that, I really like this. So yeah.
I enjoyed it.
Yep, cool. Now, I have one more fun fact, but I'm going to do it as a kind of a trivia question for you guys. So I'm going to give you guys a hint. I'm going to give you all one fun fact, and I want you all to use that fun fact to see if you can figure out the next one. Okay?
Okay.
So,
game.
Craig Barlett, the show creator, is brothers-in-law with Matt Groening, the creators
Groening.
the creators of The Simpsons,
Okay.
which is kind of cool, right? So, knowing that, do you think that, or who related to The Simpsons voiced the grandpa?
Dan Castellaneta.
Correct.
Boom!
The voice of Homer Simpson was also the voice of the grandpa in this show. All the
Okay.
way through the Jungle movie. He was the voice of the Jungle movie.
It had to be good. It had to be good if he was voicing him.
Dan Castellaneta was also the genie.
He was in the knockoff.
The
Robin
second,
Williams ones.
third.
Yep.
They weren't knockoffs, they just weren't in theaters.
Yeah.
I think they were one of the first straight-to-home video ones.
Probably
That's
so.
off topic.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Speaking
so
of Disney, though,
yeah, we vote. You guys voted. We did another vote trivia not trivia. What do I keep saying trivia?
trivia.
Vote. We did another poll last week.
Yeah, you said trivia like
I said it 3
or
times
4
last time. I
You
know.
were really excited about whatever we just did.
Yeah. Okay. So what did we do last week, Justin? It was your show.
So we had 2 movies to choose from. We had Pokemon, the first movie,
Yep.
and The Lion King. And I believe The Lion King won by a lion's share of the votes.
It was
Get it?
very small margin.
Lion's
Yeah, it
share?
was.
No? Okay.
Would that mean?
Yeah,
Would that
it
mean
was a
more,
great
though?
joke. Great
Yeah,
joke.
but I was trying to make a pun.
Yeah, it was a great joke.
Nobody.
Um,
So Lion King.
I honestly, I wanted Pokemon.
We are going to do Pokemon later in the season, I think.
I know.
But it just shows how important it is to vote. If y'all wanted to see Pokemon,
Every vote counts.
every vote counts. That's right. It was close. It was a lot
Do you-
closer than the first one.
I am very excited about Lion King.
I had a question. When was the last time you guys watched Lion King?
Not too long ago.
Every
Really?
day I watch Lion King.
Oh.
Probably
Did you vote for Lion King in the poll?
probably a couple years ago, honestly.
I honestly probably
Really?
watch it every few months.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. I like it. No, you know what? I watched it.
Last time I probably watched this movie, I was probably like 15, 14.
Last time I watched this movie, I was 3 months ago. I watched it because we went to go see the Lion King Broadway show.
Yeah.
I want to watch it before that. Before that is probably college.
Really?
Yeah.
I think mine was in high school.
Was it?
Yep.
I'll go more into it when we do the episode.
Okay. So yeah,
Um,
next week. Thank you guys for everybody for voting. That was really cool. We did Lion King. We're gonna do Lion King next week. It's gonna be pretty awesome. I think we all have some personal stuff to it. I'm excited to talk about it.
All of us.
All right, so when it comes to social medias, we are on all the social medias when it comes to
medias?
Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Another Man's Pod. Most of our things that we do are on Instagram. If you can also email us for any suggestions, we do have people doing that, and we try to put those into each episode, some of those suggestions that you guys do. But yeah, thanks for you guys listening. We put up the podcast episodes on YouTube as well. On Thursdays, we put in a kind of a visual episode of what we actually talk about, just to show you guys some of these funny moments that maybe we don't explain very well.
Which is hard in this one. Hey Arnold was hard to explain the funny lines.
Yeah,
so you
it
definitely
is.
have to see it because
Yeah, it
it's
is.
not the lines that are funny. It's the scenes, the animation and stuff of it.
Yeah,
makes it funny.
it's almost a facial expressions
Yeah.
from the specific character.
Exactly.
But I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was a good episode.
Yeah, me too. And also, be sure to check out. We didn't really announce it last week because the whole thing was kind of chaotic. But we did a Spider-Man play where we played Spider-Man 2 from 2004 for PlayStation 2, GameCube, and Xbox. We played that because Spider-Man 2 for PlayStation 4 came out.
Spider-Man for PlayStation.
Yeah, sorry, Spider-Man for PlayStation 4 came out. So that's up on the YouTube page. So go check that out.
So we can get YouTube money.
Give it a watch. You can see how bad we are at it, especially Justin. And see where we had to play a really elaborate obstacle
my
course
God, that was
like 10
insane.
times.
That was insane.
Anyways, so go and check that out. We'll see you next week with The Lion King. Did I
Peace.
say it? The Lion King?
The Lion King.
Okay. All right. Thank you guys.
Peace.